April 2025 isn't just another month on the gaming calendar. It's a potential turning point that could redefine everything you thought you knew about virtual worlds. Some releases have been quietly teased, while others exploded onto the scene with surprising twists. All across social media, rumors and controversies keep popping up. Whispered leaks about hidden endings, cryptic Easter eggs, and last-minute developer decisions that might leave players divided. And if you think you've already heard it all, wait until you see the wild cards buried in these announcements. From resurrected zombie nightmares to neon-colored survival sagas, from gritty tactics to epic mechs. This month's lineup promises something for every type of gamer, and perhaps a few shocking discoveries for those daring enough to explore them all. The debates are already raging on fan forums. Could we see an unexpected cameo here? Are we looking at another pay-to-win fiasco there? The excitement, suspicion, and anticipation have never been more intense, with so much hype swirling around. It's time to cut through the noise and go straight to the heart of these titles. Each segment in this video will unearth hidden details, swirling controversies, or potential bombshells waiting to drop. By the end, you'll see why April 2025 might be remembered as a watershed moment for the industry, or the month that set off a chain reaction of debates that never quieted down. First, let's step into the world of the undead, because nothing says fresh start like a shambling horde. Into the Dead. Our darkest days, they say every zombie game is the same. A bleak setting, some shotgun blasts, and a lot of undead moments. But Into the Dead. Our darkest days twist that formula into a melancholy side-scrolling survival ordeal. Imagine the emotional weight of this war of mine combined with the relentless tension of The Last of Us. Now, drop it into a haunting Texas backdrop. Early testers report a heavier, more introspective vibe than your usual headshot fest. Leaked discussions suggest developers might have added hidden references to real-world crises, along with rumors that certain story beats were softened for broader audience appeal. Some fans appreciate the delicate approach. Others claim it waters down the raw grit that zombie survival games should have. Interestingly, a few players are convinced there's a secret finale that no one has unlocked yet, allegedly Tito, playing on the hardest difficulty without losing any survivors. Skeptics say it's just a rumor. But do we really doubt determined gamers will dig until they find an answer? Days Gone Remastered. Speaking of digging, Days Gone returns this month with a remastered coat of polish, fewer bugs, and some rumored storyline tweaks. Ever since the original launch, players argued over whether it deserved more credit for its storytelling. Now, the conversation has escalated. Is this a genuine upgrade, or just a quick cash grab, riding the wave of zombie hype? The devs promise improved AI, especially in massive horde scenarios. Whispers online say some of the more brutal scenes are toned down, possibly to avoid controversy. But fans of the original's dark grit wonder if a touch of censorship couldn't undermine the raw tension that made Days Gone stand out. If any of these undead epics are on your radar, keep an eye on the community. The moment players find an unexpected link between Our Darkest Days and Days Gone, we'll hear the theories about a shared zombie universe. Real or not, it fuels the hype machine. But as the dead groan in the distance, a different kind of battle, one rooted in tactical precision, is about to begin. Commandos Origins real-time tactics fans have been clamoring for a modern take on Commandos for years. Commandos Origins arrives like a time machine, bringing that punishing, methodical gameplay into 2025. The biggest question swirling around. Message boards is whether the devs will streamline the controls for broader appeal, potentially alienating die-hard veterans. Some self-proclaimed insiders leak images suggesting a reworked difficulty setting, prompting fear that it might become too easy. The dev team counters that claim, saying they've only optimized the user interface and basic tutorials, while the punishing nature remains intact. Yet it's not all about stealth and high-stakes infiltration. A hush-hush rumor hints at hidden Nazi experimental weapons. Are we looking at a subtle tilt into sci-fi territory, or is it just a red herring? Forum posts rage on, with half the community convinced Origins is about to drop a Wolfenstein twist, while others label it pure nonsense. Until official confirmation surfaces, the speculation alone keeps engagement high. Tempest Rising. If top-down real-time strategy is more your style, Tempest Rising might just stir up old-school excitement. Touted as a spiritual successor to Command & Conquer, it aims to merge nostalgic mechanics with modern flair. Military. Fans can't wait to see if the nuclear missile countdown is as harrowing as it was in the classics. Others worry microtransactions might creep in. Imagine paying real money for an advanced tank or super soldier. Devs remain tight-lipped about any monetization strategies. That silence alone has some people spooked. The hype is real, but so is the apprehension. Rumor has it, a late-game campaign mission might feature a cameo by a beloved CNC commander from way back. Could that mean a cameo by an iconic character, or just a witty Easter egg for fans? Only time will tell, but the speculation is generating major buzz. The devotion to these classic tactics underscores one truth: gamers crave authenticity. But what happens when speed, flash, and vibrant twists override authenticity? Buckle up, because a wave of surreal roads is upon us. Forza Horizon 5 on PS5. Yes, you heard that right. Microsoft's acclaimed open-world racing juggernaut Forza Horizon 5 is storming onto the PlayStation 5. Every corner of the internet has an opinion. Some call it a symbolic end to the console wars, while others cry betrayal. Purists worry about the quality of crossplay, the state of cross-platform servers, and whether PlayStation owners will get delayed content updates. Meanwhile, an unconfirmed rumor has surfaced that a bonus card pack might be PS5 exclusive at launch, something that has Xbox players claiming favoritism. Regardless, the game itself remains pure eye candy, loaded with insane track designs, Hot Wheels expansions, and rally adventure modes. Longtime fans from both sides of the console divide are ironically uniting in one hope: that this ambitious cross-platform approach might pave the way for more gaming unity. Still, cynics remain unconvinced. They see this as a temporary business tactic, expecting new controversies to pop up with every patch. Crashlands 2. If the open road isn't your thing, maybe a neon-infused survival experience will be. Crashlands 2 amps up the goofiness of the original with fresh 3D environments, bizarre alien creatures you can befriend or devour, and plenty of comedic jabs at the standard serious survival formula. The storyline once again follows a cosmic courier, just trying to deliver a package in the strangest corners of the galaxy. Whispers on community forums claim there's an entire realm that parodies well-known post-apocalyptic franchises, complete with satirical references that might veer into too edgy territory for some. Is it all just silly fun? Or are the devs crossing lines for the sake of shock value? A small but vocal group suspects certain jokes might get patched out after release if enough players get offended. The developers, known for their irreverent style, insist on staying true to their comedic roots. Keep your eyes peeled for hidden quests that poke fun at micromanagement in other survival games. Love it or hate it, Crashlands 2 keeps the conversation flowing. But not every battleground is whimsical or scenic. In the unrelenting desert, machines and bullets take center stage. Saying if you've ever looked at Mad Max and thought, great, but where are the mechs? You're not alone. San answers that question by blending a scorched open world with colossal walking machines. You'll roam wastelands in search of precious resources while dealing with both AI-driven adversaries and potentially treacherous human players. The kicker? Some mechs are reminiscent of Victorian walking fortresses, raising the suspicion that the developers may have drawn inspiration from classic steampunk. Early impressions from alpha testers suggest a delicate balance between survival resource management and all-out mech warfare. A rumor swirling around is that an underground city might exist, accessible only if you salvage a specific map piece from certain boss encounters. Could that lead to locked story chapters or unique gear? Possibly. Another chatter point is whether Loot boxes or cosmetic microtransactions will appear. The devs have teased purely optional cosmetics, but optional can quickly morph into pay to dominate if not handled carefully. Steel Hunters, the concept of free-to-play mechs in a PvPvE environment, rings alarm bells for some fans. Published by the minds behind World of Tanks and World of Warships, Steel Hunters is primed to be a contender or a disappointment depending on how it balances progression. The big fear? That you'll grind for weeks just to keep up with someone who swiped their credit card for immediate power-ups. The devs promise fair monetization, but the cynicism from past free-to-play projects lingers. Reports from internal playtesters claim the game's extraction-based missions are loaded with tension. Allegedly, one highlight occurs when two squads must decide whether to team up to take down a massive AI control mech or betray each other for a shot at capturing prime loot. Some see it as a potential game changer for the entire mech shooter genre. Others see it as one more attempt to emulate the success of titles like Escape from Tarkov. Only time will tell whether Steel Hunters can stand on its own metal feet. But from the dusty, scorching desert, we drift into a more humid realm, filled with eerie folklore, magic, and unsettling shadows. South of midnight, something wicked stirs in the deep south, and it isn't just the gators. South of Midnight blends southern folklore with supernatural dread, dropping players into a reality where myths, legends, and hoodoo have bled into every day. Life, the catalyst, a hurricane that decimated the fictional town of Prospero, seemingly unleashing nightmares. Leaked footage hints at twisted swamp monsters, jazz-fueled boss battles, and a storyline where your character grapples with newfound magical abilities. Critics of cultural representation are already watching closely, questioning if the devs will handle the region's history and folklore respectfully. Will they lean on stereotypes or delve into the rich tapestry that the Deep South offers? Some fans speculate about cameo appearances from real-life blues legends transformed into ghostly in-game characters. The devs remain mostly silent, letting the speculation run rampant. Mandora, another dark entry, albeit in a different style, is Mandora, a grimdark Metroidvania swirling with arcane spells and monstrous bosses. Think side-scrolling platforming, but with a dash of nightmares. According to rumor, Mandora pays homage to classics like Castlevania, yet immerses you in bleak world-building reminiscent of Bloodborne. Beta leaks mention certain demons and undead horrors that are so grotesque, they might push the boundaries of YouTube's content guidelines. Hence, the devs might employ censored versions for streaming despite the gloom. Players love scouring every corner for hidden lore. Some believe a major twist like discovering the protagonist is part of the cursed lineage lurks near the end. Whether that's real or just more rumor-fueled hype remains to be seen. For now, the biggest puzzle is how the devs will keep the platforming fair but challenging, especially when factoring in possible difficulty modes teased online. From Voodoo Lace bayous to neon-lit nightscapes, we leap forward into an entirely different brand of darkness, one shaped by cold metal, advanced AI, and questions of humanity's survival. Steel Seed, you awaken in a colossal underground facility where advanced technology and devastated landscapes intersect in a stealth action adventure. That's the premise of Steel Seed, a game from the minds who deliver Close to the Sun. Picture parkour chase sequences down dimly lit corridors, hacking drones to fight by your side, and a storyline that may question whether humanity deserves saving. Leaks suggest each major level ends with a boss confrontation that tests not just your reflexes, but also your moral compass. Rumors persist that certain cutscenes were toned down after tests. Audiences found them too shocking. Another point of debate is the stealth versus combat ratio. Are we looking at a fluid blend, or does the game risk leaning heavily into one style? A few folks who claim to have played a demo posted cryptic hints about discovering an AI that becomes uncomfortable, sentient, shaping the narrative in unpredictable ways. If you love moral ambiguity, Steel Seed might be your next obsession. The Talos Principle, reawaken in stark contrast to stealth-based tension. The Talos Principle, Reawaken, invites you to unravel philosophical puzzles with a brand new Unreal Engine 5 gloss. This puzzler always asks big questions about consciousness and the nature of existence. Early glimpses of the update highlight striking visuals towering monoliths, radiant sunlight, and subtle clues etched in the shining metallic surfaces. Will its deeper themes remain intact, or did the devs revise certain dialogues to align with modern sensibilities? A hushed rumor claims an entirely new sequence of puzzles is hidden in the postgame, referencing concepts like simulated reality. Could it be a cameo from the original developers' other franchises? Or is it purely philosophical Easter eggs? In typical Talos fashion, the devs remain elusive, letting the puzzle-hungry community speculate. Whatever the truth, the game stands poised to reacquaint us with existential dread in the most scenic, mind-bending way possible. But if you prefer a more adrenaline-fueled brand of conflict, brace yourself, the wolves are howling, and it's time to step into the ring. Fatal Fury. City of the Wolves fighting game aficionados rejoice. Fatal Fury has awakened from a 26-year slumber. City of the Wolves merges classic 2D brawling with a fresh art style that's borderline comic book flair. Terry Bogard, Rock Howard, and other icons make triumphant returns, while rumors swirl about special cameo appearances from Street Fighter favorites Ken and Chun-Li. The idea of an SNK Capcom collaboration sends nostalgic fans into a frenzy, but official details remain scarce. Data miners claim to have spotted code referencing Street Legends Pack, fueling suspicions about DLC fighters. The devs have neither confirmed nor denied these leaks. Meanwhile, some competitive players worry about esports exclusivity deals could certain tournaments be locked behind big sponsorship paywalls. Another rumor suggests that some finishing moves might be toned down for global release, stoking the eternal debate over censorship in fighting games. Regardless, the hype for Fatal Fury's grand return is explosive, and tournaments are already gearing up to feature it prominently in the lineup. Not a fan of fists and fireballs? Maybe a more harrowing quest, one that steps into a realm beyond your wildest nightmares, awaits. Claire Obscure, Expedition 33. There's a malevolent being known as the Paintress, and each year she paints a number in the sky. Everyone of that age vanishes. This year, the dreaded number is 33, and your turn-based RPG party embarks on a desperate quest to stop the cycle. The world is grotesquely beautiful. Imagine shadowy forests painted in swirling, twisted brushstrokes. Fans of old-school RPGs are excited about deeper combat systems, while critics are intrigued by the bizarre premise. Speculative fans predict a major plot twist. Perhaps you become the next Paintress, or maybe you discover the vanishing Serve. A larger cosmic balance. Some folks online even claim they found references to an unannounced hidden ending that flips the entire narrative. The devs stay mum, letting the rumors run wild. If you love moral complexity paired with turn-based battles, Claire Obscure might scratch that itch. Bonus highlights. Pepper, a cooking platformer that merges speedrunning with recipe creation. You dash through levels and whip up meals simultaneously. Strange? Yes. Strangely addictive? Possibly. But a subset of gamers question if the concept can sustain an entire game without turning repetitive. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on PS5. After capturing PC audiences, the legendary adventurer lands on Sony's console. This stealth meets puzzle hybrid has been praised for immersing players in 1930s nostalgia. Fans wonder if the PS5 version receives exclusive tunes or hidden artifacts. The Last of Us Part 2 for PC, as if the story wasn't heartbreaking enough. Now you can watch everything in ultra settings, where every tear and every piece of shattered glass looks painfully real. Rumors swirl that certain controversial scenes might receive optional content toggles, possibly to appease different regions. Are these toggles a respectful approach or an unnecessary concession? Debate rages on. With that, we've stepped through darkness, sword on mechs, wage tactical battles, and driven across surreal roads. Each game offers a unique spin, and each one hints at deeper stories, potential controversies, and secrets that might be uncovered once players go hands-on. Still, there's one final piece to this puzzle. April 2025 isn't just a cluster of new releases. It's a testament to how diverse and sometimes divisive modern gaming can be. On one hand, we have introspective zombie horrors pushing emotional boundaries. On the other, we see comedic survival romps that flip genre expectations. Gritty tactics resurrect the challenge of old-school design, while scorching deserts give way to colossal mechs. And if that wasn't wild enough, we even witness unstoppable racing juggernauts bridging the console gap. Every title arrives with its share of whispered rumors, half-confirmed leaks, and heated controversies. Are we being manipulated by viral marketing, or do real secrets lurk in code and behind hidden achievements? Possibly both. And that's the beauty of it all. The sense of discovery that keeps us hooked, the surge of excitement every time someone uncovers a new puzzle, a new cameo, or a new shocking twist. So as April charges forward, think about what intrigues you the most. Is it the tension of undead streets, the strategic rush of commanding squads, or the philosophical puzzle that questions your own reality? Whichever path you choose, you might find yourself tangled in one of the many conversation threads shaping the modern gaming landscape. Will these releases forever change the industry? Or will they sow the seeds for even bigger showdowns in the months ahead? Only time and the most dedicated players will tell. Until then, keep your eyes peeled for hidden lore. Keep your mechs fueled, and never underestimate the power of an Easter egg. After all, each cryptic rumor or subtle tweak could be the spark that ignites a whole new obsession. And sometimes, it's those hidden revelations that remind us why we love gaming in the first place.